With the 4th of July holiday weekend just ahead, Arizona Game and Fish officials are hitting the water with a mission to crack down on impaired boating and keep everyone safe. The state is once again taking part in Operation Drywater, a national campaign focused on preventing alcohol and drug-related accidents on the water. So joining us now is Major Danny Rodriguez with Arizona Game and Fish. Major Rodriguez, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay, so obviously this is a very, very big weekend. Tell us more about what you'll be doing for Operation Drywater.
So a lot of our boating agencies are going to be stepping up their enforcement this weekend. As you mentioned, it's a national campaign, so they've identified the 4th of July as being one of the busier times on our waterway. So we're definitely going to be stepping up with our officers and deputies across the state.
So how big of a problem is boating under the influence, especially here in Arizona?
It's actually bigger than what people think because it's the #1 cause for fatalities, according to the U.S. Coast Guard and the NASBA statistics. So here in Arizona, we've definitely had our fair share of issues with alcohol and boating.
Yeah.
So people think that just because it's a recreational activity, they don't compound that with similar to our roadway. So they think that it's okay to do these things on a boat, but it's not.
Right.
So a lot of what we do on our waterways for the enforcement side, for the operating under the influence, like the fines and the jail time, are equivalent to on a roadway for DUIs.
Okay, so talk about the penalties.
So some of the penalties include jail time for depending on the offenses, as well as heavy fines.
Okay, and you brought some props here. I mean, you know, kids, right, especially, they have to wear a life jacket.
Correct. So children the ages 12 and under are required to wear the life jacket at all times when the vessel is underway.
Okay.
Something else you want to think about is this throwable. So you want to make sure, going back to the life jacket, that they are properly fitting, that they are functional, that the buckles are in good condition, and that this throwable, the same thing, that there's no rips on it, that it's serviceable. Same with the fire extinguisher.
You know, it's funny because we always talk about the life jackets,
Yep.
you know, but we don't talk too much about these throwables.
We don't. So the biggest difference between these two, besides the carriage requirements, if you try to throw this in the wind, it will just float in the air.
Right.
This is designed to be cut wind, so it's a lot easier to get to someone if they're in distress in the water.
Yeah, and it feels, you know, a little bit heavier. It's got
Correct.
some weight to it.
It does. So you have to be careful you're throwing at someone, because sometimes people jump in the water, have some fun. So you can actually cause a bruise if you hit them in the face with this.
Yeah.
But in a moment of importance where someone's in the water, they need help, I mean, you do what you got to do to get this close to them.
Yeah, absolutely. This definitely, and going hand in hand is
Yep.
even better.
Yep.
Okay, so for more information on safe boating practices and regulations, head on over to azgfd.com/boating.
Correct.
Major Danny Rodriguez, we appreciate your time. Happy 4th. Thank you
you
for what you do out there to keep everybody safe.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.